So I wanted to come on and show you guys how to start an ad test campaign. Um, it's a very involved process. So I'm only going to show you the first step of this for tonight. It's going to take you some time to get ready to even do the first step because there's a lot of stuff involved with creating your videos for the ad campaign. So, I mean, that took me probably a week to get all that stuff ready before I was able to even start the first ad test or the first part of the ad test. But I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm going to show you some of the videos I put together and at least walk you through the process to get this all started. So let me share my screen here. Okay, move that over there. All right. So when you're on just your regular news feed on Facebook, the way you get to the ads manager and the power editor is this little triangle up here in the right hand corner. You'll see like a circle with the question mark, and it's right next to that. So if you click on that little triangle, it'll bring this drop down up, and you want to click on manage ads. It's about 3/4 of the way down the drop down. So when you click on manage ads, it's going to bring you into, you know what I just realized? Hold on, I gotta unshare because I need to be on Google Chrome, not Safari. Yeah, that's another thing to note. Whatever browser you're using, Safari does not work well with Power Editor, so you want to make sure that you're using something else like Google Chrome, Foxfire. I think even Internet Explorer is fine, but Safari does not work well. Does not play well with this. So, all right. So let me get back in here again, so I can actually show you. All right. So anyway, you click on the little arrow and it brings down the drop down and you go to manage ads. Okay, now if you've already boosted posts or run ads before, you should come right to this screen and there should already be an ID or an account set up for you. That's where like your credit card is linked, so whenever you would boost a post, it would automatically charge that card if that's the one you wanted to use. So it would already be set up. If you get here and you have never boosted anything before, then you're gonna want to go up to this drop down up here where it says Facebook ads. Click on that, and then you want to go to billing and payment methods. Okay, that's where you'll be able to set up your ad account. You'll be able to link your credit card. So you'll want to do that first. But once that's all set up, I just click on my account and it's going to bring you to the ads manager first. So there's a very important distinction that you're going to want to write this down because at first it's going to be really confusing and you're not going to know what is where. The ads manager is the spot where you're going to turn on ads and turn off ads and where you can monitor how the ads are doing. That's all you do in the ads manager. Okay, and mine doesn't want to load right now. Okay, let's try this again. Ads manager. Of course, it's deciding not to work. Oh, there we go. All right, so when you get onto this page and the home page of the ads manager, it's going to show you a list of basically everything that you've ever boosted. Again, if you're just starting out, you might not have anything there yet, but this is where they will show up once you have your campaigns active. Now you can see in the delivery, you can see what is currently active. So this is my ad test campaign I have running right now. This will give you the overview of how many page likes you've received from that campaign. So I think I told you guys I started out at like 500-ish page likes, and you see I've added about 2,500 in the last about 6 weeks. The reach is just the number of people that have seen my ad pop up in their news feed. And then the cost per result. So for this campaign, your goal is to get page likes, and I'll show you how to set it up so that is what you're targeting. So for this one, they're showing me how much am I actually spending per page like that I receive. So it comes out to an average of 20 cents for me. And then it shows you how much I've spent. And you can set an an end date. Mine is ongoing right now. And then people taking action is, have they actually clicked on the post? It's, have they liked the ad? Maybe they didn't like your page, but they liked the ad, or they commented on it, or they tagged someone in it, or they shared it. And I'll get more into that later, but it gives you some really good data. Right now, again, I'm going to show you how to actually set all this up, but just for reference, when I actually click on this campaign, it's going to bring me to another screen that shows me the actual ads that I've been running within that campaign. So you're going to see, like if I scroll down to the bottom here, the first step of this was to make 10 different videos. All right, so you can see I've labeled them all different numbers. They're all inactive now. I've turned them off because either, I was spending way too much per page like, meaning they weren't getting the attraction or the result that I wanted, so I turned them off. And then there's a couple other steps that go through. So right now I'm at the point where I have my ad that is my winning ad, meaning it was like the lowest cost per like that I could achieve between all of the 10 that I set up. And there were a couple other steps in there of retesting a couple of variations of that winning ad. Now I'm on the final step where I'm actually testing this with specific target markets. And again, we'll get more into that later, but I just wanted to show you what this looks like. All right, so that's where like I said, that's where the ads manager is, where you're going to check on everything. You can turn things on and off, and you can see how your ads are doing. Now, if you go to the same drop down and you go to the Power Editor, this is where you're actually going to create your campaigns. All right. So I'm going to start a new one as an example so you can see, start to finish how this works. So obviously the first thing you're going to do is click Create Campaign. Okay, now you can name it whatever you want. You could say ad test 1, whatever you want to name it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something you're going to remember, so when you come back and look for it later, you know where it is. Then the buying type, well, they don't really give you an option. It's going to be auction. And then this is where you want to select the objective of this campaign. So the objective, like I said, is to get more page likes. So make sure that that's selected. Okay. So the campaign is like the umbrella. Think of it that way. It's the overall test that you're doing. Inside the campaign, you're going to have ad sets and ads. So it could get a little confusing, but the ad set is where you're going to name basically like what the video is going to be. So again, I'm going to show you some examples. So let's just say I'm doing a ab workout video. Okay, there we go. Then you want to click on choose Facebook page. So obviously you want this to go on your like page, so make sure that you have that selected. Okay, and then ad name can just be something simple. I usually just say like video 1, nothing fancy. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. No. Okay. All right, so once you have those 3 things, you have your ad test named, you have it set to page likes, you have your set name, and it's going to your like page, and you have your ad name, which is the actual video itself that you're going to upload. Then you can click save to draft. So the thing you want to note is everything's going to go into a draft mode first. So nothing's going to be live. You're not going to be charged for anything until you actually go and click on review draft items, and I'll show you where that is later. So you can experiment with this as much as you need to before you're actually ready to make it live. Okay, so it's gonna bring this pop up, and move this up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. So once you're in here, okay. So you want to set a spending limit. You don't want to spend a ton of money on this because you're going to be doing several rounds of this. So the recommendation was to just do $3 a day. I'm trying to figure out why it just said that. Remove limit. You know, I had this problem before, and I don't know why it's saying that. Bear with me here a second. Edit. Sorry about this. I don't understand why it's, well, usually there's an option there to make it whatever you want, and I've done $3 before. If I can figure out what I did wrong, I'll comment on the recorded video and let you know how to do it. But that's where you're gonna set your limit. And like I said, $3 is plenty. All right, then you want to go over to the right hand side here and click on Add Set. All right, so on this, oh, here we go. Maybe that's why. There we go. All right, so it's on the ad set that you actually update the budget. Again, $3 is plenty. You can actually schedule when you want it to start, or you don't have to. I mean, I mean, you can turn it off too if you're not ready by the time that you have the start date scheduled. And like I said, I always put don't schedule an end date because you want to let these run for a little bit to see how they perform, and you can turn off the individual ads, as you go through like a week or two. Um, the ones that aren't doing well, you don't want to keep running them because you're just wasting money. All right. So then we come down to your audience. All right. Now to start out, the recommendation is to target people who like Beachbody. Okay. You're eventually going to test your own target markets, but to start, to get a good base, is you want to be targeting people that like fitness, that are more likely to engage with your posts. All right. So what we're going to do here is I would just start with United States, keep it pretty broad. And then I mean, it's up to you what age range you want to target. I usually stick with 25 to 45. I mean, that's kind of like the demographic of people that are on Facebook. And you can do all. I am trying to target just women. I feel like I connect with them a little bit better than men sometimes. So that's my preference. You can even enter language, so English, US. Okay, and then detailed targeting. This is where you can see mine already brought a drop down. You won't have anything to start, but you want to pick your You want to pick two of the super trainers, whoever you connect with. So I had put Shalene Johnson. Okay, and you can see on the right hand side here, it's telling you what the potential reach is now that I added her. They've said you want to target between 500,000 to a million people to start. So just putting her in there isn't quite enough. So let's say I add Sean T. Okay, now my potential reach is 870,000 people. So that's a good target. You definitely don't want to go over a million, it's just too many. All right, then it gives you what your estimated daily results would be. So you're expected to reach between 280 to 800 people a day. And on average, you should get about 9 to 41 page likes. All right, now back on the left hand side here, connections. So this is very important. You want to make sure that you exclude people who already like your page. You don't want to be spending money on them if they're already following you, because the whole point is to get new followers. So make sure you select this, exclude people who like your page, and your page should show up here. If it doesn't, I think you can get it from up here. Okay. Keep it on automatic placements. It's just going to allow Facebook to optimize where they're showing your ads. And then when you get down here again, just make sure this says page likes right here. Keep the bid amount automatic. Not going to change anything there. Keep this the same. Delivery type. Oh yeah, so there was something with this one. Delivery type. Through your selected schedule. Okay, now that one's good. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Nope, that's good. Okay, so we should be good. Now what I'm gonna do is actually create my first ad. I put together my budget, I put together the audience I'm targeting, and now I'm gonna go and do the ad. So again, on the right hand side here, you're gonna click on one ad. Okay, and again, I would just keep the ad name the way it is. You don't need to change anything there. Make sure that it says your like page here. And we're gonna start with videos. Okay, so all of your ads that you're testing are gonna be videos for this first round. All right, so here is where you would actually add a video. So I'll add one of my old ones here just to give you an example. And we'll do this one. Now you might have to upload them first. Mine are just showing up here because I already put them into the system. You might have to upload first from your computer. But once you have that uploaded, it should show up here and then you can select it. And it'll be here on the right hand side. And then you want to, all right, okay. There's a text box right here. You want to write in something. Like this is defaulting right now to what I have attached to my cover photo on Facebook. I don't want it to say that. I want it to be like a call to action. So the one I have currently is like my page for motivation and tips towards a healthier you. Okay, something like that. Make it your own words, but make sure you're asking them to like your page, and tell them why they should. What is it that they're going to get by liking your page? So make it your own words. It doesn't have to be this exact phrase, but it should be a call to action. All right. Now you can also play around with the thumbnails, meaning like what they're gonna see as they're scrolling through first. I would just kind of not mess around with that for the first round. Just let it optimize what it thinks is the best thumbnail. Okay, that's good. So that's already saved over here on the left hand side as a draft. Okay, and there's this button up here at the top right corner that says review draft items. So once you have all your 10 videos loaded in here, that's when you're going to click on review draft items and actually make them live. Like I said, you're not going to be charged anything while this is sitting in here. If I actually move this over, you can see it says in draft. All right. So let me show you, I'm going to go back and show you a couple of examples of what I did. That's how you get it set up. Let me go into mine. All right, so I'm gonna start down here. And let's see if I can find a good one here. So the recommendation for like what types of videos to do, you can really do anything you want. I mean, I would experiment with just doing like a short mini workout. Keep the videos to a minute or less. Because remember, people are going to see your ad and they're probably not going to sit there and watch 3 minutes worth. All right. They're more likely to stay on for like 15 seconds and decide whether or not they like it and whether they want to follow you. So just don't get long winded, but you can create a simple little, video of you cooking something and giving like step by step instructions of how to make it. You could do a video showing, a quick like 5 minute workout. Just put a couple of moves together from something you're doing in a program. Um, and you can put text on the video, and I'll give you some ideas on how to do that too. Um, or you could even do, I did one that was like a makeup tutorial. Nobody liked it, so I got rid of that pretty quick. But but there's tons of things you can do. It doesn't have to be just cooking or a workout. It can be anything related to your business. All right, so it's gonna let me view it. Oh, edit. There we go. All right, so here's one I did. All right, so it was 19 seconds. There's a couple of different tools you can use to put videos together. So I used Flipagram, and I kind of regret that now because it has the Flipagram logo on everything, which I think is probably really annoying to some people. Um, if you have an Apple, then you can use iMovie. It's a really good tool. Let me see if I can find the one where I did iMovie. It's actually a lot better. Let's go back to campaigns. I think it was the last one. Yeah. All right. The reason iMovie is a little bit better is because there's more options for text. There's no logo on it or anything that's going to be distracting. You can add transitions and things like that. So like for the ones where I did a recipe, I just took short clips of like steps that I had to take to make whatever it was. And then in iMovie, you can add them all together and you can put transitions between each thing. You can shorten video. You can do all sorts of stuff. And that's a whole other training. But There are tools out there besides that you can use, but I would just say get comfortable with something that you think looks good, looks professional, and that's going to be attention grabbing. So I'll show you this one because it's a little bit nicer. Okay, so see, that one was a little bit nicer. With iMovie, you can speed up clips. So, again, the goal is to keep it under a minute. So I had to speed some things up. And you can add text to each individual part. So you don't have to talk at all. You can just put music to it and have the words show up, explaining what you're doing for each step of the recipe. And another really important thing is any music that you put to these videos, make sure that it is royalty-free music. Okay, if you put like a Beyonce song on there, Facebook is gonna block you and you're gonna be in Facebook jail and you're not gonna be able to post videos for days. So make sure it's royalty free. Now, places that you can get royalty free music. So I wouldn't use what they have available in iMovie. From what I've been told, you can still get blocked with that, even if it says it's royalty free. What I've used is YouTube. So let me take you there. If you go to YouTube, you can actually search royalty-free music. Okay. And there's an actual audio library that I use called No Copyright Music. You can see there's a whole bunch of things here you can pick from, but that's the one I've used. You can see I'm already subscribed to it, but there's tons of options, so tons of stuff to look through. All right, and you can listen to, they break it down by, if I scroll down here, there's tons of different ways you can search. So you can look at what's kind of the common ones. You can look for a certain music style. Here we go. This is the one I like, where it says sorted by mood. So this is good because obviously whatever video you're putting together, you kind of have an idea. Is this supposed to be something inspirational? Is this supposed to be something that's like stress relief, like a yoga video, whatever it is, but you can search by mood. So let's just say I want to do inspirational music.
Hey guys, I'm Carly Kloss, and I just created
Sorry, of course there's an ad.
My own website with Wix.
Go to Wix.com to create.
Okay. So on the right-hand side, it has a list of songs that fit into that category. So you can listen to them, figure out which ones you like. Okay, and from there, I'm trying to remember. Oh, you would click on share. Okay, and then somebody's ringing my doorbell. They're just gonna have to wait. Joshua, hold on one second. Joshua. Sorry about that. Okay, so copy and paste this. And then now here's where there are several tools available to you. Did you get the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. There are several tools available where you can actually download just the music from this video to your iTunes. So let me bring up that application that I use. I can remember where to get it. Okay. All right, so for a second here, I'm going to unshare this and I'm going to bring up the other app here. New share. Here we go. Okay, can you see that? It says 5.2 downloader. I think that's how it's pronounced. So just Google this. It's a free download, but it's called, I don't know if that's an L or, okay, I think it's FLVTO downloader. Okay, and then here's where you would paste in the song that you want and select audio. You want it to download as an audio file because you don't want the video, you just want the music. You would select audio. Okay, and it's gonna download that to this app. And then from there, you're gonna click this little share and you're gonna click on export to iTunes. So that'll bring up your iTunes. And then I recommend actually making a playlist that you can add all of your, so I have my playlist right here. No, here we go, royalty-free music. That's where I put them all in there. But then you have all these, like they're on your computer, you can use them anytime. So that's a really good resource for royalty-free. Just like I said, that's very important. You don't want to get blocked in Facebook jail. All right, so let me go back to my other screen. Okay, now we're back to this. All right, so that's a good resource. Once you have your videos together and you have them the way that you like, then you'll come in here and add all your videos. Another thing to keep in mind when you have, every time you're gonna add a video, you wanna start on the campaign page and click into the campaign that you have created. You wanna make sure it's all in the same area, okay? And then from there, you wanna click on the first ad that you already have set up. And to create your second one within the campaign, make sure you have it checked. And then you're gonna click on duplicate. Okay, you don't need to play with anything on this screen. Keep it, it's gonna say original campaign, create copies, number of duplicates 1. And then click save to draft. All right, and you can see a second one popped up here on the left-hand side. It's a new ad set with a new ad. All right, so you do want to name this something different because this is a different video. All right, so I would just say this is gonna be my cooking. Let's say it's the Parmesan chicken video. All right, just double check that nothing on this page changed. It should still say $3 a day. It should still have your target audience set up exactly the same because you duplicated it. It should still show what audience you're targeting. None of that should have changed. All right, but just double check. And then again, go to the right-hand side and click add. All right, now it's gonna automatically bring up the first video that you had on here. All right, obviously we wanna change that because we want this one to be the chicken Parmesan video. So I'm gonna click change video. And again, you might have to upload it. If you already have it here though, you can just select it. And it's gonna go ahead and change that. Okay. All right, and that one's good to go. The text is going to stay exactly the same. We're not changing that. It's going to be the same on every single ad in this first round. All right, so that's how you duplicate it. Again, once you're finished with this, you're going to have 10 of these here, and that you should be able to see they're all different videos. And once you have all 10 ready to go, that's when you're going to click on this review draft and approve the changes, and then it'll be live. All right, so really the first step is to put videos together. Like I said, that took me the longest. You're gonna get confused when you come back into this again. You're not gonna remember some things. So I am gonna post this recording in the group so you guys can come back to it later and take notes and, relearn how to find everything. It's complicated when you first try it, but I took pretty extensive notes, so I know how to do it from start to finish now. So that's the first step. Create your videos. Again, things to keep in mind, keep them a minute or shorter. Put music to them, make sure it's royalty free. You can make them workout videos, you can make them cooking videos, you can make them whatever else, could be a motivational video, whatever you think is gonna speak to your audience. All right, but do 10 of them. That's probably going to take you a couple weeks. It did for me. But then come back and watch this again so you remember how to actually come in here and put all of these in. All right. So that's really the first step. That's all I'm going to cover today because it's a lot and there's a whole lot more to learn. So, all right. Do you have any questions, Carrie?
Nope. I got some ideas I got to come up with.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you find that you're going through it then and you can't remember how to do something, obviously you can message me.
Okay.
I've done this for a while, 6 weeks now, so I'm getting pretty good at it finally. But yeah, and if you need ideas too for videos to do, I can help you out with that as well.
Okay.
But I mean, this is, like I said, I didn't even know this power editor thing existed. I'd always been just boosting posts right from my page. But the problem with that is you're kind of limited and the targeting was always awful. I mean, you remember you had experience with that where you're getting all these weird people that you're I wasn't targeting them.
How did Egypt get on there?
Exactly. This is way better. It really works. And I just can't believe how well this is working. But it's the first step in getting you more cold market leads, because I'm 2.5 years into this now and my warm market is done. They're dried up. They're tired of hearing me talk about Beachbody. So I have to go this next level now and start marketing to cold market people. And I've actually had, even in the last week, I've probably had 10 different cold market people who like my page just message me out of the blue. They didn't comment or anything. They just messaged me. And this one girl told me her whole life story and how she's not happy with herself anymore and she really needs my help. And I'm oh my God, this is amazing. This is working. This is what the end result is. You want people that are on your page, they're seeing your post and they feel inspired by you and they're going to reach out to you. It's just going to make things a lot easier down the road. All right, well, you have some work to do. Again, if you have questions, let me know. But that's the first step. So good luck.